What a glorious morning. Chicken has got to go on the barbecue, so I'm going to show you how to do a really lovely chicken rotisserie on the barbecue. I'm fortunate enough to have one of those. If you haven't, then don't worry. I'd say just do the same, but put it in the oven on a rack. Cook just the same. Chicken usually cooks about 180 degrees C, and an ordinary chicken 20 minutes per pound plus 20 minutes. So depending on the weight of the chicken. Chickens are a rare commodity at these times, and we're fortunate to have got a fairly little one, but it'll feed a family of 4, which we are, 2 little boys, 2 grown-ups. This isn't an American style barbecue, this is European style barbecue. So we love our rotisserie chicken, and there's going to be garlic, paprika, a little bit of chili, just a little bit, salt, pepper, and some secret ingredient or 2, sour cream and grated onion. So let's get started with my cup of tea. So everything's all ready and prepped, ready to go. So we're going to basically cover the chicken in a marinade, which is going to sit there for a little while, but not very long, because in reality it's going to cook for about an hour and a half. I'm not brining the chicken or anything like that, because on a rotisserie it's not subject to constant heat all the time, so it allows the meat to cook and relax, cook and relax, cook and relax, and also the juices within the flesh, as it's constantly rotating, just stay within the meat a lot better. I think that's why rotisserie chicken is just so delicious. Very sunny here today. It's not bad for very early April. So let's get started. Okay, so what I'm now doing is I'm making up a sauce which is basically grated shallots. You can use any onion, but I find grating shallots are sweet, and grating it really helps clumps burn or not burn on the chicken while it's cooking. We've got some processed olive oil, not extra virgin. Extra virgin, its smoke point would be too low, so it'd burn. We've got some sour cream, we've got some paprika, salt, pepper, some chili flakes, and just make that cover the bird. You don't need to marinate it for very long, because it's going to cook long and slow. So here it's on the rotisserie. You can see that it's starting off quite bright, quite light colour. I found that it wasn't cooking quickly enough because the lid was open, so I've tilted the lid slightly shut. You'll see me constantly basting the animal while we're cooking. It's now starting to see it get darker and darker. So what's great about rotisserie is it keeps the moisture inside the bird, inside a piece of meat. You can see it brown off. I'm basting it again. We actually can see one of the breasts is a bit plumped up there, and that's because it's full of juice. So I'll stick a knife in it in a minute and release that juice, and you'll see it almost deflate. There you go. I love rotisserie chicken. So just keep basting it. Put the kettle on for some hot water. That's just so that I can wash the pots while I'm there. Keep basting, and there we are. Well, this is family cooking. So my beautiful wife is over there, and my little boy on his iPad, and that's where the music is coming from. And the chicken is ready. The delay was actually getting chips, and they took about an hour longer between a couple of batches than I planned. So the chicken has just been sat there, keeping warm. When it cooked on the rotisserie, you probably won't pick it up on the time lapse, but the fluid was catching inside the skin, which became quite wobbly because it's so full of fluid, because it's just so moist. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and fetch it. I'm going to see what state it's in. Here we go. There's our lovely little bird. And yes, my wife is actually killing herself laughing over there. She thinks this is ridiculous. I'm going to separate it off. Stick him right up the kazoo. Off it. She comes. You'll have seen me on the time lapse put a kettle on. That was quite simply because I want some hot water to wash up with. So let's have a look at this animal, shall we? Oh, look at that! It's just falling apart. We're full of juice. So, being a family of 4, 2 little boys, and Dad and Mum. Dad and boy 1 like the legs. Oh yeah. So one of the boys loves his pepper, so he's going to get a leg. Boy 2, me, also loves his leg and his thigh, so he's going to get one of those. Boy 3 really likes a breast, and as you can see, moist. Sorry, leave me alone for a minute. Well, I'm getting the eyes because I know I'm eating their food. So us blokes who like our beef or like our bones in our meat, we're going to get some. Oh look, it's just falling apart, look. It's falling apart. And what you get is the parson's nose. A little bit of flap of animal just past the butthole. If you leave me for half an hour, I will pick at that carcass until there's nothing left. There's a bit of breast, bit for everybody. Oh man, there's a secret pleasure about just picking on a carcass. Anyway, so you can, there's a little bit left, but we'll divvy that up in a minute. The chips were just bacon potatoes cut really thinly. There's KJ showing how she can sing, because she can. And then cooked slowly. This is vegetable oil. So we're all gonna. Oh God, it smells good. Now, should I drain these? Can't be bothered. This is barbecue. Look at those. So let's get those on the plate. They look like potato chips, really. Now these have taken about, in 2 batches, about an hour. And they're going to need seasoning. So that's what they're going to get. The boys aren't going to eat much, but I'll tell you something, I am. It smells amazing, actually. Let's cook the bits out of the oil. This is oil that I cooked. It's vegetable oil. Ordinary vegetable oil. I think this is sunflower oil. Needs some seasoning, so we've got some nice sea salt crystals. There we go. Let's see what the audience think. I'll let you know. Excuse me. Even though I've cooked a hearty meal, there's only one person gets to do the washing up. I lied. They're all there troughing on chicken. That is it. That is the sum total of what's left. It took 4.5 hours to cook because I had the lid open to try and show you the time lapse, but actually you need to close the lid and then it would have cooked it like an ordinary chicken would. But what it meant is that it was very moist, really tasty. I mean really tasty. My children are fussy as anything. And also we had some vegetable oil, a bit of paprika in it and a bit of salt in it, and we thinly sliced some bacon potatoes and cooked them off, and they took quite a long time. They took about 35 minutes, 40 minutes in 2 batches, so it took about an hour and 10 minutes, which is what the delay was. But the crisp, really potato chips basically, and a bit of salt, and they were delicious. So let's go back to enjoying the music.